Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I break on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
Cousins on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
He's coming. You got double.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he'll find Hall. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Tight dog. Lefty. Check 52. General West.
Wentz. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. Here's Madison running on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
They had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
53, Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
53 to Mike. 53, check 53.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down.
Hey, flipper. Back.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Anthony Harris on the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wentz. And this is caught by Evans. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Down the man inside, down the man. Tighten up. Straight 15. Hey, high 7.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ever Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hey, Roy. Five nine.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
53, Mike 53. Watch the screen.
Going on the ground with Madison. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On 2nd and very short, Cousins is going to find his running back. It's complete. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Bravo.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cousins now from the 50. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Check, 59, 59. Go. Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We got 3.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. That's caught.
Can't.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Smooth.
What we got?
1st down. Here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To the air again, it's Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Rick, 5-2, come here. Lefty, lefty.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Go.
On first down, Wentz airing this one out for Evans. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing, may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Wentz. He finds his target. It's Evans. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Sunday. Slam. Check. Man 5-7. Hey, kill.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Squeeze, double.
Man 5-3. Man 5-7. Hey, Alpha.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Waynes.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Hey, ram.
Kill.
This 5-7.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check it backer.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He's got a first down past the 30. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Here we go. 280.
54. Mike, 54. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Here.
Check.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Check three.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Elliott now to add the extra point.